All right, welcome to Drip King Engineering's CAD 101 Fusion. Today we're working on 2D sketching and 3D creating basics. The big skills we're going to talk about are rectangles, circles, extruding, and revolving. I rate this as a 1 crown out of 5 difficulty, and it should take you roughly 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Before we get started, just a kind of a high-level overview since this is the first lesson. If you look at the screen, over on the left-hand side, you've got a couple of reference images. Those are what we are going to be making in today's lesson. We've got a 3/4 inch cube, which will be the first part. And then the second part, we've got a 1/2 inch diameter donut. So unlike a lot of other CAD tutorial videos you might see out there, I don't start by boring you with a half-hour video that talks about this is what this part of the screen is, this is what that part of the screen is. You'll pick that up as we go along. I want to get you in, making stuff, having fun, learning CAD right from the get. So let's get started. First thing you always do when you start a brand new file is save it. So we're going to go ahead and hit the save icon right here. Looks like a disk. For those of you who are a little bit younger, looks like a Honda icon or logo. The first one we're going to make is our cube. I've already got my location set up, but you should make sure that your location is the good place for you to be able to find it. If you need to, hit this drop down arrow, hit new folder, new project, create your location. In this case, I've got a folder that says CAD 101, project that says CAD 101. In there, I created a folder that says Lesson 1 Cube and Donut. Those are the two things we're making. And then I've gone ahead, double-clicked on there, so now my location is correct. I'm making a cube. I'm going to call this cube 2 since I made another one earlier. And hit save. If you were stuck because you've got a different screen popped up, you might have this. We are making a part design, so hit part design, hit create new, and you're good to go. And then go ahead and save. All right. So Fusion, like most CAD, is set up logically. Up here in the top in our menu, our toolbar, where we have all of our icons and our buttons, it's broken down into sections up top. We're pretty much primarily going to be always in solid in all of these lessons that I do. And then up here, we've got our icons, and they go in a couple of orders. So they're bucketed into groups. So you always pretty much have to start by creating something before you can modify it. And then you've got some more fancy options like configure, construct, things like that that are off to the right. It also goes kind of in order of what you are most likely to do. So create, you're always going to be doing. Modify, probably 9 times out of 10, you're going to do some modifications. Inserting and assembling, a lot less likely. It's also the same for the order of your buttons. So the first thing we almost always do in a brand new file after we've saved it is create a sketch, and that is that burst button right there on the upper left. Now, if you don't know what you have to do to use a function, move your cursor into the workspace, which is this big grid area right in the middle. And if you quit moving, you'll get some, what I like to call cheater text right by your cursor, and it tells you what you need to do next. In this case, you need to select a plane or planar face to start sketching. All a plane or planar face is think of a sheet of paper. We're creating a 2D sketch. So where are we going to sketch it? Where does it make the most sense to start this? In this case, we've got a 3-dimensional cube. We're starting with a 2D rectangle or square. Let's go ahead and just do that from the bird's eye, looking straight down. So from the top down. Now you can go through, try to click one of these 3 yellowish squares. That works. But to me, the easiest way to do this is up here in the upper right-hand corner. We have this feature called the View Cube. When I hover over it, there's a little house that pops up. We'll get to that later. But you can click on any one of these edges any one of these corners, any one of these middle parts of the planes, and it will spin the workspace so that way you are looking directly at that. Since we want to be looking from the top down in this case, I'm going to left click on the word top right here, and my workspace will spin. Now the only plane that is still visible has turned blue, and it's this one right here. So I'm going to left click on it. In this case, we're making a square, which is a rectangle. And again, we are creating. I could pick one of these options up here, but in this case, I actually like to do a special rectangle. So I'm going to left click on the word create to get this drop down menu. I'm going to go to the rectangle area, and there's 3 options. And I'm going to pause here. A lot of the different shapes will say 2-point, 3-point, center point. Whenever you see 2-point or 3-point, that's how many clicks you need to make that rectangle or that arc. So 2-point rectangle requires 2 clicks. 3-point rectangle requires 3 clicks. In this case, I'm going to do a center rectangle. And if I hover over it, it says creates a rectangle using 2 points, which means 2 clicks. One is the center and one is a corner. A best practice in CAD is to always incorporate the origin, which is where your X, your Y, and your Z axes cross over. Fusion calls that spot out by this little white and black circle. Looks kind of like a target a little bit. So we're going to left click on that, and we're going to move out just a little bit with our cursor. At this point, you can see a couple of dimensions. One of them looks like it's editable. They both say 2 inches right now just because of the way I moved my cursor. The one on the left is highlighted in blue. It's flashing. That's the side I can immediately type and edit the dimensions on. If I look at my reference drawing on the screen, all the sides are 0.75 inches. So 0.75. Hit the tab button to get over to the other dimension box. Type in 0.75 and hit enter. And that is our 2-dimensional square bottom of our cube. We don't need to add anything else to this sketch. So we're going to hit finish sketch here in the sketch palette. You could also click on this green checkbox up here in the toolbar to finish the sketch as well. So now we're looking at this square from the top down, 2 dimensions, great. Now I'm going to show you that home icon in the view cube real quick. So if I go over to my view cube, hover over it, see that home icon, left click on it, it will spin our view just a little bit to give us the isometric view. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this 2D square into a 3D cube. So we're going to do that through the extrude option. Extrude just moves our 2D sketch either up or down to either build or remove that shape from what we have going already. In this case, we don't have anything other than a 2D square. So we're going to left click on extrude. Fusion is pretty smart. It knows, hey, there's only one closed shape. Fusion calls those profiles. And so here in our pop-up, it says profiles. One is already selected. We have a pop-up box, which is the same as our distance. And this is asking how much do we want to make this extruded or bigger. In this case, 0.75. And then we'll click OK. Now we're pretty much done, but we can't see the whole thing. I can either do a couple ways to see this whole thing. I can press the F6 button on my keyboard. I can scroll my mouse wheel in and out to zoom in and out. Or very quickly, I can just double click on my center mouse wheel to do what's called zoom fit and see my entire model. That is our 3/4 inch cube. Going to hit save and then OK to let Fusion know that I am done. Let it go through the save process. It's updated to version 2. I've got my orange cube here. I'm good to go. Congratulations, you just made your first part in Fusion. All right, on to the second part. This one will probably be a little bit quicker and easier since we've already covered some of the basics. First thing we always do is save. I'm gonna call mine Donut 2 since I made another one earlier. It remembers the last location you saved, which is the right folder. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. Once I've saved, the first thing we always do is create a sketch. In this case, instead of doing it from the top down, I'm actually going to click on the front because I'm going to do a different 3D skill once I've got my sketch done. Now that I've clicked on the front, I click on the only plane that's left, and now I'm in my sketch menu. So I'm making a round donut, which is basically a circle that shape is then spun around a center line. So I'm going to do a center diameter circle, which is our circle that's right here in the create menu. And I want this to be lined up with the origin. I'm not actually going to use the origin as my center of the circle, but I want it to be collinear, which means on the same line as the origin. So once I'm hovering over it, if I move my mouse to the right, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little dotted blue line. And that Fusion is letting us know, hey, if you left click right now, I know these two need to be collinear. So I left click once. The next thing it tells me is to specify the diameter of a circle. My brain is saying, hey, I need to be able to type a number right now, but there's no text box. If I move my mouse a little bit, that text box appears. Looking at my reference image, our diameter is 1/2 of an inch. So 0.5, enter, and there we go. So we got 2 new skills I'm going to show in this sketch. First thing we're going to do is create a sketch dimension. And this is one way just to tell Fusion, hey, this is where this circle needs to go. So it is this icon right here. Sometimes I've seen students not have this icon up here. So if you hit the word create to get the drop-down menu, it's also all the way at the bottom. So now I need to select the sketch objects to dimension. So I'm going to click on my origin, and I'm going to click on the center of the circle. And then my third click is going to be down a little ways. And this is just letting Fusion know, hey, where do I want to drop this information at? Right there. If I look at my reference image, you'll notice underneath the donut it says diameter of 0.5 inches from the center, 0.5 inches from circle center to the origin. So 0.5 goes here, hit enter. Now it's 1/2 inch between that origin and the center of the circle. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and hit finish sketch because that is the only shape I really need in this to create this donut shape. I'm going to hit the home and the view cube real quick to 3D spin it. Now, before I create the 3D shape, we're going to look over here in this menu over on the side. This is called the browser. It even says it right up top. This is everything that's in this sketch, including some settings and whatnot. But what I'm calling out here is this line that says origin. And on the far left, there's an eyeball with a slash through it. That means the origin and all the stuff that goes in there is not currently visible. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that eyeball to make it visible because I need this Z-axis to revolve around here in a second. So now I'm going to go up here to the top to the create menu. And we'll select the Revolve button. And if I look at my pop-up, revolves need two things. A profile, which is just a fancy word for shape. It already says one selected, so Fusion knows exactly what shape we're going to revolve, but it doesn't know where we're going to revolve it around. But you'll see axis, the select box is highlighted blue, which means I just need to click on my line of axis, which ends up being this blue dotted line here. Now if I double click on my mouse wheel, I can see my entire donut. And then if I want to clean it up just a little bit, I can hide that origin again. And there you go. That is how you create that 3D donut, which is 1/2 inch diameter, 1/2 inch from the middle. And that is it for lesson 1. If you liked this video, if you found this useful, go ahead and hit the like button. We've got a couple of upcoming projects using these two shapes, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on those. And then go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know what skill clicked for you today, what skills you still need me to help you out with, so that way I know what videos to start working on next. And as always, let's keep building.